Hey. Na 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 na. Hey.
Yeah, it tastes like Christmas, huh? I'm not crazy. It's like Christmas, but then there's a lot of spice at the end of it. Or heat.
But if you really like Christmas, that could mean you would want to order them and have Christmas early.
I mean, almost like
a spice cake or something.
tree or something.
Yeah. Better than the original.
Okay, this is what happens. So it tries to exchange it for look, that's it. Right there.
Okay.
Round there. Exactly. Alright, I'll tell you where to go. Just hit it. Great. Grab anything. Oh, here you go. Dang it.
Get in the picture, come on.
Finish him. Oh, the butt stop. No, it's playing there. Hey, welcome to Thursday. I am headed to the church, and I'm gonna pick up a couple of my youth students, my leaders actually, if you watch the Geek Church channel, Tyler and Tyree. We're actually headed over to, I found out about, I had a guy come in, we had a mouse problem, and he came in to kind of help take care of it, set some traps and whatnot. Found out he goes to a church on the south side of town. I didn't know we had a south side of town. Yeah, they have a church where kind of done a little differently. It's all based around like the senior pastor's strengths, what he was saying. And the senior pastor is a counselor. He's been trained a counselor. He works as a counselor at a nonprofit. So they've set the service up to be like a large counseling service. I think he said he like sits on the stage and he's got scriptures on the screen and he just goes through them. He does like counseling, like a big counseling session, and people ask questions, people talk. They have 2 microphones they run, and I'm super interested in this. The reason I'm going to check it out is because I'm really into the idea and been thinking about for this last year the concept of building ministry around your strengths, not just okay, what has the church always done, or what's currently being done, and what's popular or hip or whatever right now. Not that kind of stuff, not what Hillsong's doing or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know why I threw Hillsong in there. Okay, who are you as the ministry leader? What is your DNA? What is the culture and DNA of your area? What are the needs? And how do those intersect? Like the needs of your students, the needs of the students in the community that you need to reach, and then you as a leader, how does that all mesh up together? So I'm really fascinated by this idea, and this is again with my entrepreneur background, there are 2 ways to start a business. You either go you go out and build off of where you think you're gonna make the money, which is considered kind of, well, it depends who you ask, but a lot of people think it's the wrong way. Or 2, you find your passion or the interest of a niche. So I'm really interested in how this is working out for them, how different it is. We're gonna head out there and we're gonna see what they're doing out there. Like, if they're all in suits, at least I have a button up. I mean, it may not be.
I'm gonna stick out.
And then yeah, you're gonna be like
They're all gonna just
basketball practice.
Yeah.
Anyways, Tyree, what were we arguing?
East and West Henrico County.
Okay, explain it to us, Tyree.
Yeah.
How does it broken down?
There is a county. A county is inside of a city.
Okay, even when that's correct, it's the opposite. Cities are inside of counties. Where I come from, so there's Merced County, and inside Merced County is Merced, Atwater, Los Banos. There's all the different counties. So even if what you're saying was correct, you still got it backwards.
No, but what
Either
you're
way,
saying is correct
we
here,
live in
too. You have
Richmond.
Sandston, Verina, that's all.
Well, those are counties. So where we are, I mean, those are like unincorporated communities.
Yeah.
Now inside the city of Atwater, we had unincorporated communities. We had Buhack, we had Delhi. Oh, that's actually a little further out. So it's a little different. Where like us, it's like the big area is the county, and there's cities inside of it. Inside the cities, there's also unincorporated or incorporated little areas. But here, specifically where we live, there is the city of Richmond, which I don't know the exact number, but there's a limited amount of cities in Richmond. I want to say like, Virginia. I want to say it's like 11 or something. Pastor told me when we first moved out here. But everything's a county out here. We're in Henrico County, which wraps halfway around. If you think of
Richmond, Henrico County.
yeah, and isn't there in the whole area they call the fan district because
the
it
fan
fans
district,
out?
yeah.
And because it's like a half circle around it. So if whatever shape Richmond is in a semicircular fashion or squared type fashion, Henrico wraps around it,
Yeah.
and that's why everything is east or west end. It's not Easton or Weston, Virginia. I mean, Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond is just Richmond.
and-
There's a west side of Richmond, but that's just north, east, southwest. Every city has that.
Exactly.
No,
That's what
but-
you're talking about.
No, we're talking about
Henrico, there is
Henrico.
like people would say, oh, I'm at the West End.
And there's
of
no
Henrico.
like we're in the southern part right now. No,
What'd that say?
no. We're in the southern part of Henrico, but it's not a south end. There's no south end. There's no north end. To go from the east end to the west end is actually a long, almost an hour-long journey, over an hour during traffic. Versus I can drive from east end to Richmond in about 15 minutes. Most of the time, less than 15 minutes. It takes me over 40 minutes to get to West End, and that is a unique
Because
shape.
you're going around the city of Richmond.
Yes, we are going around the city, but we're staying in the county of Henrico. Or you can cut through Richmond, and if it's not traffic, it's faster. If there is traffic,
Either way, there's still Easton and Weston Henrico. And if I say, like, I can't remember the name of the mall, but I'll say, or my mom would say, oh, we're going over to the West End. Oh, where at? The mall, like that mall that I
yeah,
can't remember.
because
the name of.
it's a whole nother
Because-
section.
Yeah, South Park, yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, there's a mall, and it's like, oh, we're going to the West End. And I know that is around Richmond to the west end of Henrico.
West side.
West end of
Richmond.
Henrico.
No, the west end of
No, that's
Henrico.
Henrico. It's Henrico.
Okay, the west end of Henrico.
No.
Is the west side of.
No. because that's two separate
Okay,
things.
it's to the west of Richmond,
Exactly. And that's
but
what
it's
I'm
not.
talking about.
They're
You're on the
completely
west end, which
separate.
is-
That's why we're East End Assembly of God, parented by West End Assembly of God,
Yeah.
like almost an hour away.
Yeah.
Because it's on the other side of the same,
Of Henrico.
which is insignificant to. That's just a random fact that has no relation to
Yeah.
the westness of it. Why do you think you're right?
Because I know I'm right.
Because you're wrong.
But I'm not.
Okay, so what happens
Like-
if we go talk to 10 people and they all say we're right and you're wrong? Will you believe us, or will
No.
you still think you're right?
No, because I'm right. We live in Richmond, Virginia.
No, we don't.
No.
We live in Henrico.
No.
We live in Richmond, Virginia.
No, we do
in
not.
Henrico County.
I
Nope,
live in
nope,
Sandston,
nope.
which is a community inside of Henrico.
We both, all three of us, unless you've recently moved and not told me, we live in Henrico.
Exactly. We're in Henrico
You can't
County.
use
We're
our
not-
points.
No.
You can't repeat what we say and say that proves you're right.
That line- No, we are in Henrico County.
Yes, but we're on.
Yes.
We live on the east side of Richmond. The east
No,
end.
not
It's
Richmond.
in
We're not
Henrico.
even in Richmond.
The
We'd
east
have
side
to go
of Henrico.
into Richmond and then go east. What's like? Do you know what's on the east side of Richmond to prove to him the difference between
Us.
East End?
No. It's like I'm trying to
We're
think of
more
what.
like east, kind of like south-ish.
No, right
The
now we're
Powhatan-
south.
Powhatan Hill. The Powhatan Hill. That hill, that is on the east side of Richmond.
That's Okay, the east side of the city of Richmond. Yes,
Yes.
like that's on the that's.
But that's all that
Yeah,
Richmond
Terry,
is. It's
Terry,
only the
yeah.
city.
Just because we are east of Richmond doesn't mean we are in eastern Richmond.
We're in the huh?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, eastern-
Just because I am south of Washington
That's the
D.C.
east
doesn't
end.
mean I am in
Yeah,
South
exactly.
Washington D.C.
I mean, I'm east of California, my hometown. I'm not in Eastern California.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you're
That's
saying.
the same
That's it,
logic
yeah.
of what you're
Yeah.
saying would make me in East California right now.
Yeah.
I'm in the east end of California. Well, right now I'm in the southeast end of California.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're wrong. We're right.
Uh,
He looked it up and showed you the official.
yeah.
The Wikipedia page.
We're gonna go in.
Yeah, we need to go in.
Seven.
The service is. We just spent like 15 or however it was 7.5 minutes discussing this when we are out. So we're already late for the service. So we're about ready to go in the service to check it out, see if we can get any pointers for how they're doing it. We see if we get any ideas for our youth service. We're gonna go in and check this thing out and hopefully not waste time.
Your entire
Terry.
statement. Oh.
Why do you hang out with me and Dylan?
All right, so we just got out of the service. I don't know if we missed worship. Yeah, they gave us snacks at the end,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Chips Ahoy's and we got the Oreo guy over here. First impressions.
I liked his message in general. I liked like just what it was about, the whole like you had to be positive yourself. So first impression was good. Oh, if that's what you were going for. Like I didn't know
What is the word association for first impression with you guys?
Because I don't know
No,
if you
that's
mean
a joke
like
because
okay.
that's why he was all like word association.
I got it.
Right, Terry, what were your first impressions?
Okay, first impressions. I liked it. Like I said, I kind of felt like I was just in school, like just with the PowerPoints and like everybody reading at the same thing at the same time. Which I mean, I know you do in other churches, but still,
That was nicer than I'd put it, but the reading, I'd call it chanting, but go ahead.
I mean, it was different. Which I mean,
It was the whole reason we came.
yeah.
Like you were the one who wanted to come because you thought it was gonna be different. You wanted to figure it out. So what were your first impressions?
Okay,
That's
well,
what I'm curious.
my first impressions, like, you want kid gloves and head, like, or no hedge? Just
It's,
like full.
it's your vlog, so
It's my vlog, so. No, I talked because I was just like, if we're gonna go and stuff.
This one.
Oh, I didn't hear. Oh! Where'd those come from?
This is actually really good lighting now.
This is actually decent.
Yeah.
Like,
If I
I
took
mean,
off my
it's
hat.
very like hostage situation, but
Yeah.
we can see most of our
Yeah,
face.
I'm still kind of black.
Oh, snap.
It's completely different lighting though.
Yeah,
it kind
it's
of makes
fine.
it look worse.
My first impressions are, one, it definitely served. Is it my hand? It is my hand. It definitely served the purpose I was looking for. Like I feel like I got the information I wanted. I saw how the whole point was to see how he was. Come on, thumb.
Oh yeah, I kind of.
To see how he was changing the service model. I need like some like vlog setup or something. This isn't working.
Yeah, all you gotta do is just buy one of the little things, stick it on the windshield.
Yeah, I have it and it keeps falling. It's like. No, sit down. We'll fix this in a minute. Actually, let's try it. Hold on. Okay, anyways, my first impressions as I get this all set up and get really
that'll
ghetto
help
with it. Oh yeah, I can just hold it like that. Anyways, my first impressions were
Take your finger and lick it like that.
definitely chocolate spit going on. It definitely served the purpose I wanted to. I feel like I really got the information I was looking for and like seeing how he did it and whatnot.
There we go.
The only see, it's not gonna stay. It might stay. Anyways, my only thing. Does it work?
Yep, we're good. No one breathe.
Breathe while
Okay.
Jared coughs.
It's not the first time it fell if it falls.
Okay.
So, Okay, so that part, yes, that was all good. I got, what I wanted to see. The people were very nice. I wouldn't go there all the time, but the structure was kind of cool, especially if they had a normal Sunday service and that was like their Wednesday. I like how, because that's his strengths, he goes with it. He doesn't go, oh, I have to do it the way everyone else does it. And that's, again, the whole reason we came. He said some good stuff. A lot of what he said isn't biblically accurate. A lot of it is based on biblical principles, but then we can take it too far. And I felt like the pastor was kind of arrogant.
I was gonna say,
not even arrogant, he conceited.
He tooted his own horn a little bit.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of weird that they have a conference with no guest speakers, just the pastor, for their congregation, and they're charging $120.
Yeah.
Because to me, like, I'm gonna go Gary Vee on this, and to me, like, that should be free content. Like, that's the free content. You teach that in a service. If you can get these healing results and stuff. I'm also very leery of healing from counseling. And I believe in some counseling. I told Tyree on earlier before he got here that I suck at counseling. So I'm going to admit right now, I'm very biased. I'm not a counselor. I'm not good at it. I mean, like with you guys, I can do it fine, but with regular people, I'm very bad at it.
So we're not regular people.
No, you're like, so the fact that he can do it, that's cool, and I'm gonna, as a disclaimer, say that's definitely my weakness. So it's hard for me to judge because I intrinsically don't value what he does as much as like other people do. But I'm very leery of like healing sessions from counseling. Some of it was kind of weird, like the whole going into the subconscious, giving the Holy Spirit permission to unlock these inner hurts and envisioning. I definitely thought the hand thing was weird.
Yeah. Because then he asked you and you were like, I don't want to say no, but like,
kind of feels like
it just feels my hand.
I will say that I think their friendliness and the effectiveness, even though it's not necessarily my style, the effectiveness of the meeting would definitely have like if I was looking for a church and I was like maybe, that would have overcome the kind of weirdness in the beginning. Because let's be honest, every church you walk into the first time kind of feels weird and probably would feel some of those things to an extent.
I don't know. I kind of just, I don't think I could, I mean, personally, I don't think that I could go to the church just because of, like I said.
Well, for me, it's weird that there's no preaching the word. And and I know that's his whole point. I know it's kind of hypocritical and even paradoxical for me to say that because I'm like, let's go because he's doing something different. It doesn't have to be. So this is my constant battle. Like, I'm never in the middle. I hate all the seeker sensitive. I hate all the watered down. I hate all that stuff. I'm very much extremes on both sides. I'm very old school, Pentecostal. But then on the other side, I'm very much we need to reach people the way they are. We're talking about like changing our youth service to be more formatted to be more like a YouTube type show because that's what the kids are consuming. We're starting to produce a ton of content. This vlog is part of that for the recap and other stuff, all this stuff. So I'm very much on both sides. I'm like, when it comes to the message, I'm like, don't touch it, don't change it. The word of God needs to be preached. When it comes to the delivery, I'm like, nothing's a sacred cow. Burn it all, kill it all.
At large, I think I enjoyed it.
I definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, they had good quality snacks up front, which I appreciated.
that was awesome.
There was no like cheese puffs. It was Cheetos puffs. There was no Kiddos. There was Oreos. Like, you know.
Yeah. We had the actual Chips Ahoy brand.
That's quality right there.
I just poured those everywhere. Yeah, that was cool. And like to me, that did definitely like say like, hey, we respect you, we love you, we care about you. We're gonna spend the money on the real snacks and then actually having snacks. And the fact they didn't have a sign asking us not to take food in the sanctuary, even though we didn't, like it just like that was refreshing. I didn't feel like their building was sacred, even though it was nice.
Yeah. It was very nice, but it was very like not.
It was very much like a living room. Like, hey, this is our living room.
I liked how they were like all, could be themselves like in the service. Like they were talking about like.
Yeah, I feel like it worked well because the congregation bought into it.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't the pastor would ask a question and then they would be silent for a while. Like they all were definitely talking into it. So I think that helped.
And that's why I think it works so good for him.
Yeah, it works well
because he's getting the input from the
people.
Yeah, the people.
Yeah.
And I definitely liked it. My only concern when it comes to like the whole preaching of the word is like, because it's both services. So if it was like, this is our Wednesday service and then our Sunday service is preaching, I don't know, and I feel like I'm saying two different things, because I'm saying we want to do something new, we want to get away from the traditional model, but I still feel like the gospel needs to be proclaimed, because that's what's healing. Like, yeah, your counseling stuff's cool, and I know, the guy definitely seemed to think that he had the Midas touch. He could just like come into a counseling session and like magically heal all your emotional stuff. But I'm on the edge of how much of that I buy into.
Yeah, on the screen.
Huh? Oh yeah. How much of that I buy into?
There you go.
Because I'm like, to me, I'm so big in like the Holy Spirit and God and like altar services and getting alone with God. I'm a little leery of it only being the counseling and it only being the Pastor Morgan show. I don't know. I think it was good. Now I don't know in a whole. I would definitely not like. I wouldn't make my church 2 counseling sessions a week. But again, that's not my strength. Like,
See, I don't know if I really felt like it was a really counseling session. Like, I don't know. I felt like it was more of them talking.
than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've never really been to like counseling like that, but I don't know if that's really what they do.
I definitely caught Terry's point when he said it was like a lecture, like in school, because like it totally reminded me of like when I'm sitting in class.
Yeah.
And he's like, write this down, and then they handed us paper to write it down and take notes. I was like, whoa.
Okay. Any last comments or anything? No. Go check out our show, Geek Church. So you'll be on the Youth Factor channel. You should maybe the notes, or I don't know, show notes, description of the channel. There should be a link to our Geek Church channel, and we've got a Geek Church show. I got a daily. By the time you're seeing this, I should have it up. We already are pulled over.
No, I thought like.
Quick question: if we got pulled over, would it have been Henrico Police or Richmond Police? With that. See you guys. Okay, for the record, I need to get this with Pastor.
Oh my gosh.
Pastor, is Easton, Henrico, the eastern side of the city of Richmond, or is it different? Are they the same thing?
They're not the same thing.
So what's the difference between Henrico and Richmond?
What's the difference between Richmond and New York?
Oh, I mean, I said California, but that was like almost like an exact quote.
Richmond is Richmond, Henrico is Henrico.
So wait, you mean that? No, but Henrico's in Richmond, right?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right, well, I guess.
Henrico County is one municipality, and the city of Richmond is another municipality.
It goes from west to
we
north,
do not live
and
in
then
Richmond.
to the east. It just goes like, it's like a hat. It's like a Richmond hat.
If you live in the 23231 zip code,
Yeah.
there are some people
That
in
in
that
Richmond.
zip code that live in the city of Richmond, and some in that zip code that live in Henrico County. So because of that, they allow you to use either or in that one zip code,
Which is where I live.
and that's where I live.
So I put.
But I
Henrico
live in
down
Henrico,
Richmond.
Virginia.
Everywhere I've ever lived in my entire life, other than when I lived in Northern Virginia, I've always said I live in Richmond. And like every time I mail something, I write Richmond, Virginia.
If I'm not in the local Richmond area, then I'll just say we live in Richmond, because nobody ever even can say Henrico, let alone know where
They
it's
say
at.
Henrico.
Henrico.
All
That's
right,
why-
all my California family says Henrico.
Where I grew up was Washougal. Okay? It's 20 miles from downtown Portland. So guess where I'm from? Portland. But if I'm back in my home country, I'm from Washougal.
Okay.
You're from Washougal.
It's just like when I tell my family, I say that we live in Richmond, but when I talk to people around here, I say Henrico.
Exactly.
And then they say, well, where in Henrico? I say right by the airport.
Uh-huh. Because there's Eastern Henrico and Western Henrico in very pronounced different places. The West End and the East End.
And they have nothing to do with the city of Richmond.
And
No,
there
absolutely not.
is an East End in the city of Richmond. There is that. And it's a separate zip code than ours. And believe me,
Wow.
you
Okay.
don't want to live there.
Yeah, but
I
like
can't believe
every
I've
city
seen
has
that.
an east side, a west side.
Yeah.
So
But you don't want to live in the East End of the city of Richmond.
Everybody's looking at it. See that lady right there? She's looking at it.
how do you feel, buddy? No, here's the question. Because I literally, like, an hour and a half ago was working on that footage. And I said, what if we asked 10 people and they all say that what we are saying is right and what you're saying is wrong? Would you believe them? You said no because you're right. Does pastor count as more authority than 10 people, or is pastor wrong? Do you believe him?
Pastor's not wrong.
But you're still right?
I just still think that I live in the East End of Virginia.
So I'm going to end this with saying, spoken like your generation, pastor's not wrong, but you're also right, even though you're saying opposite things. It's 10 o'clock, it's a little after 10. I just got back a few minutes ago from checking out the service, and you've seen a bunch of that stuff, so you know how that went. Headed home, pretty exhausted actually for the day. I've been up, this is the second day, I've been up at 4 in the morning to record Wordy episodes, and yeah, I'm having a hard time here processing some thoughts here. So, wait, I did the code wrong even. So, long day, good day. Got to go with two of my leaders, as you saw, the guys from Geek Church. So that was pretty awesome. Ultimately, it's just been a good night. Good day, good night. Yeah, had a couple downs too, a couple things. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future episode, but right now I'm not ready to talk about that yet. Anyways, so now I'm headed home. Gonna go have a late